constantly being told that you either need SEO or SEO is dead. AI is the future. You don't need to focus anything on this. You need to put all your money towards this other aspect. Well, is it for real? Is it bullshit? It's hard for you as a business owner to be able to determine which of these are lies and which of these are just things that people are trying to say just so that they can sell you their product, whatever they're trying to push. Well, this video right here, we're going to break it down. We're going to show you exactly point blank what SEO is, what form of SEO you might actually need for your business. And we're going to show you how to get this thing started and on the right track without ever having to hire a marketing agency. There are a whole bunch of different forms of SEO. So when somebody just says you need SEO, they're right and they're wrong, most likely, because it's just like, so for instance, if you do HVAC, there are a million different forms of HVAC. And so while one guy might be doing HVAC and he's over there working on an ice machine, whereas another guy might be doing HVAC and he only steps foot into residential homes. Maybe there's another guy who only deals with industrial equipment. We're talking over 100 tons. There's another guy out there that only deals with chillers, another one that deals with boilers, another, et cetera, et cetera. There's a million different businesses within the industry. There's a million different niches that you can get into within the industry, and they all serve different purposes. It's not to say that one of them is better than the other. It's just to say when you're working on a refrigerator, you're not utilizing the same information and the same tactics as if you're working on a chiller or as if you're working on a boiler. The same is going to apply for SEO. So there are a tons of different forms of SEO. If you're watching this video, most likely you own a home service business, or hopefully you own a local business that deals with local customers. And if that's the case, this video is going to be for you. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to explain for all of you e-commerce guys and all that stuff, I'm going to explain the exact kind of SEO that you need to do, but it's going to be dramatically different for the guys that are looking for local customers to pick up the phone and give them a phone call. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. And I'm going to point out to you exactly what we're trying to accomplish and what exactly you need to focus on in your business so that you can get that phone to start ringing. Let's jump right on. Especially, so we're going to be talking mainly about home service businesses. And so most of your customers, when they're looking for a business like yours, they're going to pull out their phone. They're going to take to whatever search platform that they have, and they're going to want to search for your kind of a business. So whether it be they're looking for a deck builder near them, or whether they're looking for air conditioning repair services. Say it's 90 degrees in your house and you're like, oh crap, I need to get my air conditioner fixed and I need to get it fixed right now. You don't go looking on Facebook. You don't go looking all throughout the internet. You don't call up friends asking them. Typically what you're going to do is you're just going to try to find somebody that can fix your problem, and you're going to try to find them right now. How this works right here, somebody just ran a search for AC repair near me. And the very first thing that you will see when you run said search is going to be these Google LSA ads right here at the very top. People have paid Google to advertise their business through local service ads. If you are going to be running ads, I do recommend that you put your money towards Google LSA for home service industries. And the reason being is because, for one, when somebody runs a search, the LSA is top dog. That is the most prominent ad placement that you can get. Not only that, Google LSA is super simple for you to set up. Once you go through the approval process and you get your business approved to run Google LSA, the setup process is actually relatively simple and relatively straightforward, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to drive traffic through our Google business profile here, and we're trying to get a phone call. Okay, we're not necessarily trying to get people to drive through our website, any of that stuff. But if you scroll a little bit further down, what you'll see here is this next placement. This is what's considered Google PPC. So Google pay per click. So this is when you're actually in the full-blown system of Google Ads. This gets a little more convoluted. Here, we're actually running people to our website. not specifically to the phone call, not through our Google Business Profile. We're running them to our website. And so our website needs to be dialed in for one, needs to be dialed in for conversions. We need to have tracking through there, a whole bunch of stuff. Not only that, but also Google PPC is a pain in the butt to set up. So when you first set it up, you're going to be putting out your main keywords that you want people to be finding your business through. And then you need to be putting in negative keywords, which basically is, even if they search, so for instance, even if they search for HVAC, if they search for HVAC cost, we don't want to show our website for people that are looking for cost. Anyway, scrolling down a little bit further. So we've got Google LSA up at the top. We've got Google PPC right down below that. And then we have another Google ad right here. And this is in our Google Business Profile section. So when we're talking home service business, when we're talking about all of you local businesses who deal with local customers, this is going to be our primary focus. We want to get our Google Business Profile ranked in the top 3. The reason we want to rank in the top 3 is you can see right here, so the person that's ranked number 4, they're not on the list. You have to click more businesses to get to that person that's ranked number 4. So our goal be top 3 in the Google Business Profile. And the reason we want to rank our Google Business Profile is multifold as well. If I was doing this from a phone, instead of all these other buttons, we would have call buttons here. And so we would be able to call directly from our phone. Instead of having to go to a website, instead of having to read up more information, they can literally call right here. They can see, oh, hey, you've got 300 and something reviews, call. Okay. So that's one of the main reasons. Another reason is it's the first organic listing when somebody runs a search with it's an active, we need somebody to fix our stuff kind of search. Now, don't get me wrong, your Google Business Profile is not going to be listed for some of these things that are, like how much Freon does my system take? Like, so if they're asking for how much refrigerant their system takes, they're not like looking to purchase right now. And so it's probably not going to show Google Business Profiles. However, most of the people that are going to be calling you are going to be running a search like AC repair near me, furnace repair service near me, air conditioning installation near me, who can install a ductless system near me. These kind of things, we're looking to be in the local map pack, which is the top 3 Google Business Profiles in Google Maps. Okay. The reason we're not targeting our website per se for SEO is our website is further down here, so we can keep scrolling. And now we can get to the websites. Once we scroll all the way down the page, we get to the website area. Now, what are we doing when we get to the website area? Well, now when we're in the website area, we're competing against Yelp. We're competing against BBB, Angie's List, Thumbtack, Home Advisor, et cetera, all of these national businesses with all of these huge budgets. And they're not locally constrained anymore because websites aren't locally constrained. They're not locally relevant. However, the Google Business Profiles, these guys right here, they will be close. They will be close to where the customer is because inherently Google Business Profiles go off of vicinity to the searcher. And so all these national businesses, all these private equity companies that have all this money to put towards things, they still can't get ahead of you because they're too damn far away. And so it's very important that we focus on our Google Business Profiles. The only way that you can extend past we'll say about 20 miles or so, is you start running ads or you're trying to get your website to rank further than 20 miles away. So on AI searches, on website searches, and on ads, we can target further than that 20 miles away. But when we're inside that 20-mile radius, that Google Business Profile all day, every day is what makes or breaks your business, especially when we start hitting those peak seasons. So one of the caveats with the Google Business Profile is it does require that there be a customer out there actively searching for your type of business. So if you're an HVAC guy, again, it's 70 degrees outside. It doesn't really matter if their air conditioner is broke or not because they're not really concerned about it and they're not looking for a fix. They might not even know that their air conditioner is broken. And so you could be ranked number one. Well, the phone's still not ringing from the Google Business Profile because literally just nobody's out there searching. And so that's kind of what we've had. A lot of you guys might have been struggling through this winter, and this winter just really sucked for a lot of you HVAC guys because we just never really hit the cold temperatures. We never really got that winter rush like we always get every year. And so instead of being down for a couple of months, some of you guys have been running about 8 months and you've been running a little bit lean. So hopefully this summer is going to kick up. But if you follow these videos, we're going to get you in position. Okay. This is all you need to focus on is your Google Business Profile. I don't care about anything else. Yes, we use our websites to get our Google Business Profile better ranked, but our main focus should always be that Google Business Profile, because that is what makes or breaks your entire season. And you've got to make a move now. We've got to get you in position right now. We're at the make it or break it season right now. So if you get in position and you start moving your business right now and start getting your business ranked, following our videos now, you can get in position so that you have your breakout summer that you've been dreaming of ever since you decided to go ahead and jump off that cliff and start up your business. But we need to focus only on the Google Business Profile, which means we need to focus on local SEO. Okay. So this is where we've got a million different terms for SEO out there, but what you need to be focused on as a local business or as a home service business, a service area business, any of those, you should be focusing only on your local SEO. Now with local SEO, we're not writing blogs on your website, none of all that extra fluff. That stuff's just a way to charge you guys more money. You don't need blogs, any of that stuff. What you need are service pages on your website saying, hey, by the way, yeah, we do AC repair. Hey, by the way, yes, we do furnace repair. Hey, by the way, yes, we build decks. Those service pages are what you need. We don't need blogs. Okay. As close as we get to blogs, or we might write an entire page about a location that we're trying to hammer into, but we're not writing blogs. Okay. Down here, if we scroll down further, what we're looking at on the websites, right? Well, when we see all the websites, and this is what a lot of people talk about when they're talking about SEO. Us as a home service business, we don't give a shit about our website ranking. In all reality, as long as we do our work to get our Google Business Profile ranked, our website will inherently start ranking. Website ranking stuff, that's your traditional SEO, okay? So this is what a lot of guys are going to be trying to sell you is this traditional SEO. Will it help you as a small business, as a local business, as a home service business? Yes. Yes, it will help you. However, you are overpaying for something that is absolutely not needed. It will get you to the right location, but it doesn't do it effectively and efficiently. So you could get there a whole lot easier and a whole lot cheaper if you focus on your local SEO and you actually dial into the local stuff. We don't need to compete on a national scale. We don't need to do all the things that you need to do to compete on a national scale, because in reality, if a guy calls you from 2 hours away, you're not going to service him anyway. So why in the hell are we even trying to bring that guy in from another state or, hell, even another country in some of these cases? So that is where you want to focus if you start doing e-commerce. So maybe you do set up something like a filter store or something on your website. Maybe you start selling high AQ products directly off your website, in which case you might need to start focusing on some of this traditional SEO so that we can get your website pushed out nationally so that you can bring in and drive in more traffic into your website so that hopefully you can start making some more filter sales. This just further reiterates my point. So we're competing against the Home Depot. We've got Yelp. We've got Carrier coming in here hot. And then down at the bottom here, this is more PPC results where we're trying to get your website clicks. Don't focus on PPC. The cost isn't there. Google LSA and local SEO. Don't spend all the money for traditional SEO. You shouldn't be spending thousands and thousands of dollars a month for your SEO stuff, because all that crap's not needed for most locations. Now, if you're in the middle of Dallas, Texas, or something like that, yeah, it's probably going to cost you $5,000 to $10,000 a month for your SEO, because you're trying to compete against all of these crazy businesses, and you're trying to compete against like 5,000 other businesses, in which case you need to do more work. But it's still going to be local SEO. Your focus is still going to be trying to get your Google business profile ranked to the top. Most of you guys don't need anywhere near that kind of work. And so you should not be paying thousands and thousands of dollars every single month for a website plus SEO. And we give all of our websites away for free with all of our SEO clients. And the reason we do that is because it's a whole lot easier for us to get you where you need to go if we can just start your installation all from scratch. Because just like in HVAC and in many other instances, that a system is only as good as its install. And if we can't install your system for you, then it's the ceiling is already set before we even enter the conversation. And so that's the reason why we throw out our websites for free, because we build them specifically off of your Google business profile using the upward bound media mirror strategy. We have another video. I'm going to go ahead and link it right over here that will lead you right to our mirror strategy, so that you can figure out exactly how you need to set up your website so that you can start dominating your Google business profile. We'll catch you right here next week, and we're going to dive in a little bit further on how you should set up your Google business profile so that you can start dominating before it's too late and before this season passes. Make sure that you subscribe, and we'll see you next week.